Straight into it, man.
Is dead.
Mind you, y'all boys don't know nothing about no Static Shock. Y'all too young for that. Static Shock is my teams. I grew up on it. I'm 25. I'm an '01 baby. You know what I'm saying? Paulo, shut your tail up with all that whining.
In the water. Every founding member of the Justice League is standing in the same room, and every single one of them is being puppeted by an alien intelligence that has just spent the last 4 billion years getting smarter than everybody in it combined. Superman isn't Superman anymore. Batman isn't Batman anymore. And the only person left standing between Brainiac and the deletion of planet Earth is a 15-year-old from a city that doesn't even exist on a real map, who got his powers from getting caught in a gang riot he didn't start. The lights on the watchtower
I ain't see this since I was a kid. Great shucks. A gang riot? Of course.
are running on emergency power. The Javelin Bay doors are sealed from the inside. Somewhere behind him, the two people he trusted most just 5 minutes ago are trying to kill him, and they don't even know they're doing it. This is not a training exercise. This is not a very special episode. This is the single highest stakes moment in the entire run of the show, and the hero standing in the middle of it isn't wearing a cape, doesn't have a cave, and wasn't even supposed to be here in the first place. His name is Virgil Hawkins. You know him as Static. And in
My
that
boy.
moment, he wasn't the sidekick, the guest star, or the kid who got called up for the episode. He was the last line of defense for the entire Justice League. Batman
I'm gonna be honest. The black boy, mind you, black kid gotta save the day. And a bunch of grown folks can't save the day. Batman, Superman. The thought that just keep on coming back after she done die. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know her lore. I know your lore, right? Hey, bro, I'm not saving no day. And if I do, my name gotta be up in the books. Static Shock ain't like me, but I might cosplay as my boy one day.
included. Today we're looking at how a show that almost didn't get to share a universe with Batman ended up proving something about him that nobody wanted to admit at the time, and how 20 years later, Hollywood still hasn't fully caught up to it. Rewind.
That's how my boy look now. I can grow that for real. I can. It's just boy, I be looking like a bum. I ain't gonna lie. That first couple weeks, month, yeah,
Time, and how 20 years later, Hollywood still hasn't fully
got
caught
the
up to it.
same
Rewind
physique
to
for
the
real.
beginning, not of Static's story, of the argument.
Look at my
Static
dog.
Shock premiered on Kids WB in 2000, based on a character created in 1993 by Dwayne McDuffie, Denise Cowan, Michael Davis, and Derek Dingle from Milestone Comics, an independent publisher built specifically because mainstream comics weren't making room for characters who looked like them. Milestone folded as a company within a few years, but when Warner Brothers adapted Static into his own animated series, he wasn't written into the same shared universe as Batman the Animated Series, Superman the
Goated.
Animated Series, and Batman Beyond. He
Goated.
existed
And that fit is hard. People don't like that Batman Beyond fit. I love it.
on his own island. According to the people who made the show, that wasn't an accident. The production team felt they hadn't built out enough of Static's own continuity yet to safely fold him into a universe that already had a decade of built-in canon behind it. Translation: the new kid from Dakota hadn't earned a seat at the table yet, not officially, not on paper. That changed in season 2, when Kids WB specifically requested a Batman crossover. The episode was called The Big Leagues. It premiered January 26, 2002, and the premise alone
I was
tells
one.
you everything about how the industry viewed this matchup. The Joker skips town after his old gang gets locked up by Batman and Robin, and starts recruiting Dakota's own homegrown metahumans, Static's Rogues Gallery, into a new crew, which means Batman and Robin follow him straight into Static's city. According to the show's own official synopsis,
Pause. Batman's a bum. Batman is a bum. How you get captured? You and your little sidekick. Like, come on, bro. You should have planned for all these bums, right? You up in Static Shock world, his own little island. You should have planned for this. You garbage.
metahumans, Static's Rogues Gallery, into a new crew, which means Batman and Robin follow him straight into Static's city. According to the show's own official synopsis, the episode isn't really about stopping the Joker. It's about Static having to put his hero worship in check. Not team up as an equal, put his hero worship in check. That's the framing the show itself chose for their first ever meeting. The assumption baked into the premise was that Static was the fan, and Batman was the guy he wasn't sure he could stand next to. Here's the thing almost nobody said out loud back in 2002, because saying it would have sounded insane. This show believed from the jump that Batman's whole model was incomplete. Not wrong, incomplete. Batman built his legacy handpicking, training, and controlling every single person who ever wore a cape next to him.
Batman was garbage at that. Let's keep it a buck. I mean, the outcome was goated. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, you made a killer. That boy made a killer, boy. I'm talking about bro that came back. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog, too.
Batgirl, Nightwing, all of them
God.
recruited.
What was the TV show I was watching? I got to that little Nightwing part. It was a Black Starfire. I was watching it. I dropped it on accident.
All of them
Raven was up in it too. But yeah.
Shaped by his hand, all of them accountable to his rules. Static Shock's entire existence was the counter-argument. Here's a hero Batman didn't scout, didn't train, didn't build from a bloodline or a fortune or a decade of martial arts monasteries. A kid who got his powers by accident, in a chemical gas cloud during a gang fight he was trying to stay out of, and figured out the rest by himself, with his best friend, using duct tape and a garbage can lid before he ever had a real costume.
Gotta jerry-rig that thing, you know what I'm saying? We black, gotta do what we gotta do.
If a hero like
Ain't
that
nothing wrong with
could
that.
stand next to Batman and hold his own, it meant the entire premise of who deserves to be in that world was wrong. Nobody at the network was saying that quote out loud in 2002, but it's exactly what the show was arguing every single time it put Static in a room with Gotham's finest. And for a while, nobody outside the show's own fan base took that argument seriously. Static Shock is still, to this day, remembered by a huge chunk of the culture as the good kid show, the one that got quietly praised for representation and quietly ignored for everything else. It never got a Batman-sized budget. It never got a Batman-sized marketing push. It ran exactly.
Hey, I would say, hey, bring it back. Bring it back. I'm 25, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, drop it on Disney Plus or something. Yeah, we got money now. I'm a grown man. Drop the show. I would not be mad at it.
4 seasons, 52 episodes total, from 2000
52 eps, that is garbage. That's light work.
to 2004. Opposite shows with a decade of brand recognition already built in. When it crossed over with the DC Animated Universe's flagship characters, plenty of longtime Bat fans treated it exactly like the framing of The Big Leagues suggested. A kid getting a guest pass into the real heroes club, not a hero who belonged there on his own merit. And here's the part that makes the doubt even harder to justify in hindsight. The numbers never actually supported it. Static Shock debuted as the highest rated preteen show on television and the third highest rated show on the entire Kids WB lineup.
You just said the numbers didn't, what's it called, bro? What?
Third season, it was the second most watched Saturday morning program among boys 6 to 11. Its
I ain't gonna lie, boy. We like a black MC, boy. Come on.
final season was beaten by exactly one show on the planet, Pokemon. Its final season was beaten by exactly one show on the planet, Pokemon.
This is XY. Ain't no way this XY. Nah, cause Brock is still here. This just a background. This just a picture. This was not the current Pokemon. Well, the Pokemon that was airing.
This wasn't a show limping along on goodwill. It was outperforming almost everything else built for that age group, including shows with far bigger marketing budgets behind them. It still got canceled in 2004. Not because
I thought that was a DS game.
kids stopped watching, but because, according to co-creator Dwayne McDuffie himself, the toy line didn't sell well enough. The ratings said Static belonged. The industry looked at a spreadsheet of
That's where y'all mess it up. The toy don't sell well, boom. We got in the show, man. That's retarded. Don't piss me off.
Action figure sales and decided that wasn't the kind of right that mattered. Sound familiar? So the show had to prove it, episode by episode. The Big Leagues was the first test, and it worked well enough that it changed the DNA of the entire series. Producer Alan Burnett later said the episode went darker than we usually went, with more night scenes.
Yeah.
After it aired, the whole creative team decided to push the show in that direction going forward. Meeting Batman's world didn't just prove Static belonged in it, it permanently raised the standard for his own show. The second test came in hard as nails, when Static tracked a fellow Bang Baby to Gotham and
a Bang Baby. Bang, baby. That's crazy work.
crossed paths with Batman again, this time close enough that they learned each other's secret identities. That's not a filler crossover. That's the kind of trust Batman doesn't extend to people he considers beneath his circle. Then came Future Shock, where Static got shunted decades into the future during a fight with a time-manipulating villain and landed directly in the world of Batman Beyond. And the
You can't tell me that fit is not hard. That Batman fit is hard. I've been saying this since I was a kid. Since I was a kid, boy, that Batman Beyond fit is hard. Oh, man, I might cop that, boy. You know what I'm saying? The muscles I got right now, standing at about 6'8", 245 pounds, world heavyweight champion of the world. You know what I'm saying? COD BL2 sniping king, quick scope, sniping god. I might have to cop that. Yeah.
elderly Bruce Wayne wasn't surprised to see him. He was expecting him. A future version of the most paranoid, hardest to earn trust in the entire DC universe had already built Static into his understanding of how the timeline worked. That's not a guest star being tolerated. That's a hero who'd become a fixture. But the moment that actually settled the argument, the one this whole video opened on, was the two-part finale-level crossover called A League of Their Own. Static and his best friend Richie, as Gear, get called up to the Watchtower to literally recharge the Justice League's power systems after a cosmic storm knocks them offline.
I would have told them bums no. Come on, man. Y'all got mad people up here. One of the richest men ever, right? No.
It's supposed to be a glorified errand. Then, Brainiac breaks containment, takes over Gear's mind, and through him, seizes control of the entire Justice League. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, all of them, weaponized against Earth by an alien supercomputer, which leaves exactly one person on that station who isn't compromised. Not a founding member, not a legacy hero, the kid who got called up for the summer job. Static didn't just survive that fight, he beat it. He outthought a piece of alien technology that had already digitally conquered Superman, Batman.
What you telling me is that Static Shock is smarter than Batman, the man that plans everything. That's what you just said. Batman got took. Batman and my goat Flash got took. What you just said was that my goat Static Shock is better, smarter than Batman. Come on, man. The black brother, my twin for real. Come on, man.
And the rest of the league's founding roster, using nothing but the same improvised, reactive, street-smart instincts that got him through Dakota with a garbage can lid for a shield.
That's not a kid being saved by his heroes, that's the kid saving them. And this is where the receipts stop being about one show and start being about the actual architecture of the DC animated universe. Justice League Unlimited, widely considered the DCAU's most continuity-heavy, most critically respected series, the one that ties the entire shared universe together, is explicitly built, according to its own production history, on the events of Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond, and Static Shock. Not and other shows, those four, named as the pillars. Dwayne McDuffie, Static's own
I gotta get back in my bag, bro.
co-creator, went on to write and produce for Justice League Unlimited itself, carrying the exact same argument from Dakota straight into the franchise's biggest stage. The kid who wasn't originally allowed to share continuity with Batman became foundational to the show that defined what that shared continuity even was. It wasn't just internal recognition either. The big leagues earned director Dave Kleistek a nomination for Outstanding Achievement in Directing at the 2002 Annie Awards, animation's answer to the Oscars. The same year, the show sent Static into the ring with Batman for the first time. A year later, McDuffie and Alan Burnett won a Humanitas Prize for the episode Jimmy, which tackled gun violence head-on in a way most kids'
that's a school shooter. Gracious.
Wouldn't touch. The series picked up daytime
Wait, hold on.
violence head-on in a way most kids' programming wouldn't touch. The series
Them boys said 01 to 04 for Static Shock. When was what was it? Sandy Hook? What year was that?
series picked up Daytime Emmy nominations in both 2003 and 2004, and won one outright for its music direction. None of that happened because a show was being politely tolerated next to Batman. That's a show being judged by the same industry standards as everything else on the air and clearing them. Then, the timeline itself closed the loop. In January 2005, months after Static Shock ended, an older version of Virgil Hawkins showed up in Justice League Unlimited's The Once and Future Thing, not as an...
I never seen this. That's me! That's me right here! Well, at about cool, like, 35, know what I'm saying? Hey, it's a good thing I ain't streaming watching this. They would have been like, oh, you already 35. This is me! Come on, man. But, hey, you can't tell me that you don't see it. I got the dreads, boy. Yeah, I just need, I need the fit. I need the fit. I already got the physique, too. Yeah.
Nostalgia cameo.
That's me. I'm Static Shock. I knew it. I knew it. Boy, hey, I'm a goat for real, boy.
But as a character folded permanently into the DCAU's official ongoing future. A show that wasn't originally allowed to share continuity with Batman had, by the end, written its own hero into the timeline of the franchise's flagship series, without anyone needing to ask permission again. So back to the Watchdog. Brainiac is defeated, the League snaps out of it, and whatever conversation happens next, whatever look Batman gives the 15-year-old who just did what none of the real heroes could do while they were compromised, the argument is over. Static didn't need to be built by Batman to stand next to him. He needed to be tested by him, and he passed every single time the show put him in the room. That was always the read. It just took the Justice League losing their own minds to prove it on the record. Here's the part that makes this genuinely funny in hindsight, though. Because Static Shock wasn't just a very special episode show. It had jokes, and a lot of them landed specifically because Static himself was a wisecracker in a universe of brooding capes. Static talking trash mid-fight, cracking jokes about Batman's utility belt, getting starstruck.
Bro, you gotta play some of the clips, bro. I done forgot all the jokes. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And immediately embarrassed about being starstruck, that contrast was the point. Dwayne McDuffie once described the character as basically what he wanted as a comic reading kid. A black Spider-Man, quick-witted, funny, allowed to be a teenager even while doing hero work at a Justice...
What's bro name? Elastic Man or something like that? Hey, there's a man. Hold on.
Quick-witted.
There's a man that got his powers right here. Comp. I ain't talking about no Ed Richards. I ain't talking about that garbage bum. I ain't talking about no Fantastic Four garbage bum. I ain't talking about him. But yeah, I'm talking about, hey, bro, they got the same powers as this man right here. Is Comp.
Funny, allowed to be a teenager even while doing hero work at a Justice League level.
Batman doesn't crack jokes mid-crisis. Static does, constantly. And the show never once suggested that made him less capable of standing in Batman's world. If anything, it argued the opposite, that heroism didn't require Bruce Wayne's specific brand of trauma-fueled discipline to be real. Which brings us to now, because the nobody listened part of this story didn't.
And so what you telling me too, you know what I'm saying, is that Static Shock is better than Spider-Man. Was there a Spider-Man show in like the 1990s? I remember Iron Man. That's like early 2000s, ain't it? That was early 2000s. Yeah. I don't remember no 1990s Spider-Man. Static Shock is the OG. That's what you telling me out there cracking jokes mid-fight.
End in 2004. In 2020, DC and Warner Brothers finally moved to give Static the feature treatment Batman had had for decades, with Michael B. Jordan attaching as producer through his Outlier Society banner. Jordan didn't frame it as a nostalgia play. He called it building a new universe centered around black superheroes, saying flatly that our community deserves that. Milestone Media relaunched properly in February 2021, with Reggie Hudlin and Dennis Cowan at the center of it, writer Randy McKinnon attached to the Static Shock script, and DC even announcing a companion animated Milestone film featuring Static alongside Icon, Rocket, and Hardware. For a minute, it looked like
Hardware look Comp.
Featuring Static.
I ain't never heard of this.
Static alongside Icon, Rocket, and Hardware. For a
Hardware look Comp, I ain't gonna lie, boy. This OG right here you don't want to mess with.
minute, it looked like the receipts had finally caught up to the argument the show made 20 years earlier. Then it stalled hard. A lawsuit from Dwayne McDuffie's widow, Charlotte Fullerton, over the Milestone relaunch not including his estate, tied the property up in exactly the kind of legal knot that does.
That's how you mess it up right there. Why? This woman teeth is creased. I'm not gonna lie to you. Hey, this a dead tooth right here, boy. Then you, hey, black brother, you just right here smiling all up in the little white woman face. Breath kicking. Breath is kicking. She messed up the show from coming back. And you just out here smiling.
Not including his estate, tied the property up
She trying to take your money.
in exactly the kind of legal knot that doesn't care how good your pitch is. In 2025, when DC Studios co-head James Gunn was asked directly about
Hey, I like James Gunn. I heard that new Supergirl movie was trash. I said it was gonna be trash too. Soon as I seen who the Supergirl was, I said that they should have kept the Supergirl that was up in the Flash movie. That was up in that Flash movie, bro. Yeah. And the one that was up in the CW Flash racing. The one that was racing CW Flash. Her. The one that had her own TV show. There's 2 Supergirls that y'all could have kept. But y'all ain't want to do it. Y'all want to recast and got a woman that's not even cop. For real. You know what I'm saying? And I heard, you know what I'm saying, that movie is just a whole nother Guardians of the Galaxy. Supergirl is just another version of Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what I heard. Now, when I react to the movie, I will be getting my hate off if that movie is garbage.
the Static Shock movie's status, his answer was blunt: no updates, and a whole bunch of complexities behind that character right now.
Because he don't care about black people.
23 years after the big leagues made Static prove he belonged next to Batman, and the character who once single-handedly saved the entire Justice League from a...
You know my ego? Ooh, boy, Static, Virgil, boy. If I would look at the Flash as soon as I walk into the room, Flash, you're alive because of me. Batman, you're alive because of me. Know what I'm saying? Hey, Wonder Woman, you alive because of me, a 15-year-old boy. Know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm better than all of y'all bums. I would have said it. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, Batman, bro, give me money. I already know your identity. Don't forget that. I'm a blackmail. Know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm gonna find some type of way. It's either gonna give me money, I'm gonna pack your little sidekick up, boy. Cause why? I'm better than y'all.
Hostile alien takeover still can't get a straight answer on when he's allowed back on screen.
So here's where this actually lands. Static Shock was right about Batman.
Right that a hero doesn't need Bruce Wayne's fortune, bloodline, or hand-picked training to belong in his world. Right that character and instinct can outperform legacy and pedigree when it actually matters. Right enough that the DCAU itself built its most important series on the back of that argument. The receipts are all there. The pillar status in Justice League Unlimited's own canon, the co-creator who got promoted straight into the franchise's flagship writer's room, the night Brainiac took the whole league offline, and the only person left standing was the kid nobody thought needed to be there. But being right on the page
Fighting
and
gangbangers.
getting paid off in the real world have never been the same fight. Batman got a blank check and 8 decades of adaptations. Static got 4 seasons, a canceled movie deal.
Bro, we get Batman like every 10 years, bro. We just got a new Batman. They ain't gonna let Batman go. You telling me we can't get a movie for Static Shock? We can't get nothing? A little reboot? We can't get nothing? They just rebooted the Proud Family a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you telling me we can't get this?
And a producer's statement that the complexities are still being worked out. Think about what that actually means. A show that had to fight for the right to even share a universe with Batman ended up supplying one of the 4 pillars that universe was officially built on.
A character the network once treated as a guest star ended up being the one person
The
left
savior.
standing when the real heroes went down.
The
And
savior.
a creative team that got told to keep their continuity small and contained ended up sending their own hero into the DCAU's future timeline anyway, on their own terms, with nobody's permission required. Every single doubt the industry had about whether Static belonged in that world got answered inside the show itself. The only thing that never got resolved is what happens after the credits roll. The show won the argument a long time ago. Hollywood's still deciding whether it's going to admit it. Drop it in the comments. If the Static Shock movie ever actually happens, where does he rank among the heroes who deserved the spotlight sooner? Hit like, subscribe, and
I don't even know heroes like that. I did say, what's bro name? Elastic Man? Let me look it up too. I reacted to a video a while ago. Let me see. Elastic Man? Pretty sure that's bro name. Elastic Face? Hey, I'm tripping. I am not talking about no Ed Richards. I ain't talking about that bum. Yeah. I am talking about him. Him. Comp. This man right here is comp, boy. He just, boy, hey, this man is comp right here. Him. Hey, Static shocking him. Now let a black brother keep doing research. My roster gonna be deep for real. You know what I'm saying? My little squad. But Static shocking this man right here, yeah. Make a movie. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm gonna be right there.